Yeah, so day 1 of, practice didn't go as well as I planned. I, screwed up and forgot to put the memory card in the camera and, started doing all the practice. However, I did get the audio recorded. Uh, so yeah, I guess, just trying to figure all this out. I've started this off, doing the Cowboy Chords, uh, which is the E major, A major, D major, G, C major, E minor, A minor, and D minor chords. Today I worked on the E major, A major, and D major. They all, the good thing is most all these chords look familiar to me. Um, like I possibly kind of learned them in the past, but never really learned, oh, that this was a E major chord or this was a D major chord or, whatnot. The G looks like it might be, that one might be difficult just because of using the pinky and trying to get the pinky working in. The ones that I worked on today were the E major, A major, and D major. Those three. Out of those three, I struggled with the D major chord. Um, the and forgive me, I'm sure I'll get better at explaining this stuff as I go, but for whatever reason, my fingers were wanting to do it opposite. And I was going into a different pattern where the correct pattern is the index finger is on the third fret, uh, third string from the bottom. Then your second finger is on the second fret, first string from the bottom. And then your third finger on the third fret of the second string. And for whatever reason, I was just automatically going into that pattern, putting my first finger on the bottom string, and then second finger on the third string, and then the third finger on the third fret, third string. Um, which, I mean, I don't know technically if that's correct or incorrect. I mean, I don't know if there's different ways you can play the chords, but I'm trying to force myself to learn it, this way. Um, just because based off of this, I'm running off of this is the correct way to play it. So if any of you guys know in the comments, let me know. If you can play chords, same pattern but just with different fingers. If that's more comfortable or whatnot. If somebody out there knows. Um, but but yeah, so basically that's just kind of where we're at. So I'll grab the guitar and I'll kind of just recap real quickly, you know, um, what I did work on and kind of go from there. I do have and I recorded it a little bit with my phone, and I guess it didn't pick it up with this camera, but I've got my computer up here that I've got my recording and everything going through, and I have a chord chart up on that screen so that you know, I can reference back to those chords as I need to. So if you see me looking over there, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I guess real quickly I'll kind of just recap those chords, I guess. I will say my fingers, they definitely need to build up the calluses. Um, but, I mean, I can feel it in my fingers, and actually got to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to take a break, for a few. So, um, that's why I went to go check the camera, and yeah. So so I'll just kinda go over real quickly, just real briefly, just, the chords and what I did and yeah, and then we'll just wrap it up for today. All right. So E major chord. A major. And then this is what I was wanting to do. So that's how my fingers normally seem to go into position for the D chord, for the D major. But it's actually supposed to be like this. The other thing I was having a problem with is the bottom string. I kept, I randomly throughout, I've been having a problem getting my finger to where it presses it down all the way, but it seems like it's actually functioning now. Let's try it from there. Yeah. So basically, that's just what I did. Just worked on each individual chord, trying to make sure, pushing my fingers on the chord, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off. And then I started switching between the chords. Um, and I mean, the recording that I did was, I'd say it was probably maybe a half hour. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so I mean, any advice, any tips, whatever you guys think, I mean, obviously, I'd love to hear feedback in the comments and so forth. But yeah, we'll just move on to day 2 tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna practice for a little bit longer and go from there.